All right. Hi. I normally don't do newer movie reviews, but I figured, what the fuck? Everybody else is talking about it, so I might as well throw my 2 cents in there, if mine even matter. So, yeah. End of a trilogy. We got 2018. We got Kills. And now we have Ends. Does it really end? No. If they can make movies after other flops. Not saying this was a flop, but well, I guess if you look at the like the box office, it's not doing so well. But besides all that, put all that aside, I didn't mind it. Of course, the ending I could change up and make it more salvageable and kind of give Michael that like Viking funeral that we all wanted him to have. Yeah, that would have been great. Let him go out as probably one of the best, if not the best, horror icons. What I liked, I thought them taking it in another direction was, as everybody else is saying, ballsy. I didn't mind the fact that they're saying that Haddonfield pretty much has this like evil omen around it. That's the proper words. And as you've seen, I'm going to talk spoilers, of course. It's going to be in the title too. Where like you're seeing other murders happening on, I'm assuming Halloween. That it's just shit happens now, and it's got like it's like Haddonfield's cursed ever since Michael Myers, and like this new character, Corey Cunningham, is essentially the new villain. I'm not good with reviews, and if like you want more in-depth things, you're gonna see them other places. I'm just saying kind of what I liked. I thought it was, like I said, interesting that they went another direction with a killer, and it's not just Michael. We thought it was gonna be like transferring of powers, like he's just, here you go, here's evil, and go do my bidding. That's not the case, because you see him team up in a couple instances in the sewer and at the doctor's house. I did think it was fucking lame that Corey went in and like just like made Michael his bitch and like stole his fucking mask. Granted, the dude's like a 65-year-old dude. It's kind of easy to just do that. But if he's got those supernatural entities, powers, whatever, from like kills that they were kind of saying, like he pretty much got his ass whooped by like a good portion of the town and then just slaughtered them all and then just went on about his day. Yeah. Still, you don't make Michael look like a bitch. Do you? You don't make Michael look like a bitch. So they kind of did that, and I wasn't too keen on that scene. But later on, as he's kind of a copycat killer in his own way, because he's donning, Michael's getup, going and murdering, which I thought the fucking kills were really cool. All the stuff at the junkyard where he used like the blowtorch in the dude's fucking mouth and face and like melted that off. Yeah, the DJ kill with like the fucking like cut off his tongue and it's just like going around the record. That was interesting. Yeah, all of that I had really no issue besides the fact that he took his mask. But then, like, I was gonna say the third act, but not even the third act. It's like the last like 10 minutes of the movie where Michael, well, no, it's Corey comes to the house and tries pretty much to kill Laurie, and Laurie, injures him, but then he ends up killing himself to show the Allison that that Laurie killed him, because Allison knew that Laurie didn't like him. But then Michael shows up, takes his fucking mask back after he fucking breaks Corey's neck. Yeah, and they have a cool little scuffle. Wish it was longer. I didn't like the weird, slow death that they gave Michael. I wish it would have been more epic. Like, if he would have fucking won out, like, fucking do something, like, insane. Or, like, Laurie had him pinned up to something, but then he, like, stabs her. So then she dies. But then Michael dies. I wouldn't have even been upset if they did, like, the H2O, where they fucking chopped off his head. I would have been fine with that. But the weird, like, I'm gonna take your mask off. I'm gonna fucking, like, slit your throat, like, really slow. Then the weird, like, I'm gonna hold your hand and then just slice your wrist and let you bleed out. Weird. And, like, they could have ended with that. But then the weird, we're not done, and we're gonna, like, tie him on top of this fucking car and drive him down, which it's kind of like having a funeral procession. He had his own fucking funeral procession. Yeah. In the movie, because it's like they're in front with like the cops and like the entire town is following behind them going to the junkyard, and then they turn on the fucking like car crusher machine, and Laurie kicks Michael in there and they just crush him up. And like, it looked cool, like the effects were on point, but it just, like I said in the beginning, it felt like they needed to give him that kind of cool Viking funeral. Like, send him off and let him kind of have his ride off into the sunset, but not right on the sunset, because that would be weird. You just see Michael Myers riding a fucking horse into the sunset. She's like, how later, folks? I don't know. And then they just shoot an arrow at him and it fucking bursts him into flames. That'd be a cowboy funeral, I guess. It's like a mixture. I don't know. I've been suffering like a headache and whatnot for the last like 12 hours, and it's just, I'm loopy on medicines and shit. So yeah, Halloween ends. Is this the end? No. Like, we thought it was over with, well, the first one. And then the second one. And we thought it was really over with 3 until Mustafa Akkad brought it back for 4. which I'm not angry about that because we got more Michael Myers and I'm happy about that. But I would really have liked to seen what they did with the anthologies of different Halloween movies based around Halloween. We wouldn't have gotten more. So I guess thank you, Mustafa Akkad, for bringing back Michael. Yeah. But I will say, out of the trilogy of the David Gordon Green ones, 2018 stands out as my favorite. Kills was amazing just to see him being like a brute force. He's a fucking like Jason Voorhees, just slashing up people. The story kind of sucked. The whole Evil Dies Tonight. I wish they would have fucking said that like 20 times less. Yeah, because I said it like 10 times in like the matter of like 10 seconds in part of the film. It's like, all right, cool. Let's just pump the brakes on this whole Evil Dies Tonight thing. But I had already gone into the movie knowing what everybody was feeling because I didn't see it until yesterday, Saturday. It came out Friday. Well, actually, technically, there was showings on Thursday. So I saw it like 2 days later. But I wanted to go in with a fresh mind and have my own opinions on it. It's not my favorite Halloween installment, but it's definitely not my least favorite. Because that'll always be, I don't feel like getting it. Halloween Resurrection. Or any of Rob Zombie's Halloweens. I've noticed I have been staring off that way probably the majority of this. Yeah. Wasn't trash, like most people said. I had enjoyment on it. With it. Would have just changed that last 10 minutes. Maybe on the Blu-ray release, maybe they have an alternate cut. Kind of like they did with Kills. Let's hope. Here's hoping to a alternate cut of the movie, which is not a terrible ending. He gets that Viking funeral, you know, riding off in the sunset on a fucking horse, getting shot by an arrow. Yeah. Halloween Ends. I don't know, like, what kind of ranking to give it. Would this be like a proper, like, I enjoyed parts of it. The ending sucked. Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll end this I'll see you in the next one.